I tap into the Emale podcast every week.
Yo, shout out to the Emale podcast. I'm tuned in every week for that new game you be giving us, yeah?
Oh, you ain't heard the new Emale podcast yet? Man, you tripping. Tap in.
Man, you sleeping if you ain't heard about that new Emale podcast. We need to wake y'all up real quick.
Yo, it's your boy Doodoo back again with another fire Emale podcast episode. And today I got a guest, and I'm gonna be so specific and authentic and real about the guest that I have right here. I just met this dude. And it's crazy because this is one of my brother's homeboys. This is one of my boy Cam homeboys. He been around my brother and my two older brothers. You probably thought I was older than Trey, but
I did.
I'm not. I'm the baby brother out of all of them.
That's what tripped me the fuck out. Like for real.
He been around them for some time, and we actually ran into each other before over here in the studio, but we never had a sit down conversation.
Right.
Tell the people who you are, though.
Nigga, man. I go by Savage Keyz, you feel me? Niggas out here know me as Keyz or Young Savage, you feel me? But shit, to these niggas, I'm just Keyz.
Just Keyz.
Just
All
Keyz.
right, look, check this out. So I was sitting here having a conversation with this young man. I ain't gonna say young nigga because
no, I'm young. Fuck all that.
Yeah, you changed my whole perspective of who you was. 'Cause I thought something different from the first time we met. Actual, very intellectual,
right?
Very understanding, easy to talk to, easy going. You ain't on none of that hype bullshit,
right?
So we was talking about my family,
right?
Like I said, I stated earlier, you've been around my family for a long time,
nigga. I don't know, shootouts, fights at parties, like. I don't know what's comfortable to talk about, but we didn't
talk about it all.
We didn't been through house parties, like nigga.
So y'all done been through it all,
nigga. We done been through house parties that got raided by the police, got motherfuckers running for their life, and we all came out. Like I'm glad to say I can knock on wood and say all the homies that I came up with when I moved from the beach to Downey, and then like I ain't even like that area. I kicked it with niggas in Bellflower, and we just clicked.
So
you feel me? And we here today.
It was one thing you said that you've been dealing with my brothers for so long, but you ain't never.
I've never ran into you. That's the funniest, craziest. But the funniest,
shit. The funniest thing is, my brothers can tell you I moved completely different from them.
Right.
They was reckless all the way. I was reckless, but I never brought that shit home.
And see, that's hard to do.
Nobody ever knew that I was reckless. You feel me? So I'll do what I do. I'll be with my homies. We be in a club. We have a fight. The next day, I'm getting up. I'm going to school.
Nigga, that shit remind me.
You never knew what I was doing.
Nigga, that shit remind me of Petey Crack when that nigga said, "Kiss my mama on the forehead and meet you up in the hood." Like, straight up.
But look,
like,
this is the thing though. The way I was brought up and the way they was brought up, our dad got killed when we was young. Particularly, I was 6 months old. So I lost contact with them until I was about 10. So we was raised different. Not to say it's a bad thing, but it was something that I was missing. So when we finally found them again, and they found me. You feel me? And I'm
so where was you? You was in the system, or
no? I was in the system. I was with my mama.
Okay.
And grandma this and whatever.
Say no more.
But when I started really hanging with my brothers and start seeing shit differently,
right?
I'm like, okay, y'all move like this. I prefer to move in silence.
I feel it.
Like you would never know I'm coming. Like,
right.
But I don't want to say the blood and Crip thing played a part of that, but it kind of did.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I never put my hood over my family.
Nah, and I could respect that. Like, shit. We was just talking about the whole neighborhood thing, and how you told me about the West Side. When I moved, everything that I knew about, like, I didn't know shit about Bloods and Crips until I got older, but everybody that was in my family when I moved from the west side to the east, everything was Crips.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize that I was the only sibling. And then out of nowhere, I just became a fucking a big brother overnight. And I became that nigga protector. And found out a whole lot of shit about my family. Like being like, my pops was the dealer to a whole city. And this nigga got like love with the 20s and the Insanes, where like all that shit start playing a big part.
And they don't even get along with each other.
Right. But if you family,
yeah,
in certain situations, you could defuse that shit right now.
But that's everything in Long Beach. Everybody's related.
Right. But you don't know until you get that. Cause it's so bad. You gotta detail them. Like, you got, what's your birth date? What's your fucking what's your motherfucking social security? Like, I gotta do that, or can I just pull up with somebody? You know what I'm saying? Like, so we doing shit like this. Once I realized like where I'm based out of, now I'm looking out for him, and we got like so much history and so much of a backstory. I'm like, damn, like this nigga left a mark. You feel me? And so, you know, I'm pretty much I'm where I could feel where you coming from. You feel me? As far as family go, and this is my first time actually gonna be on something that I could actually explain that shit. Cause a lot of people just like, when they get that first impression, they feel like I'm more outgoing, or I look like this, like I'm rah. Nah, man, like I done been through some shit too.
So let me touch on this a little bit.
Right.
It's really a small world, and we were just sitting right here getting each other backgrounds.
Right.
You went to Webster Elementary in Long Beach.
Yeah, I did.
I went to Webster Elementary.
Nigga, I was on contract. Like, I never even heard of contract, bro.
So you stole strawberries out that patch by Webster.
Nigga, I was stealing strawberries, ladybugs.
You see me?
Nigga,
like,
the Mexicans, it got so bad. The Mexicans were just like, oh, mijo. Like.
So it is crazy because the world is so small. You don't know who you're talking to until you start talking.
Right.
So you always got to be careful about who you talk to,
right,
or how you talking.
Yeah.
So you being at Webster, I'm being at Webster, but we was there kind of like, we kind of crossed paths, but probably never even realized it.
Right.
And now that we grown, mature, got kids, and we able to sit down and talk about this, it's crazy. It's mind blowing.
Man, bro,
because
I could tell you the whole layout of the fucking playground, bro. Like how it's grass in the middle, there's a gate, and then the motherfucking jungle gym is on one side, and then you got the fucking other bars and the monkey bars on the other.
I used to throw all the balls out, let everybody play with the ball.
Exactly, bro. Man.
So, like I said, I just met you.
Right.
Well, I really formally met you.
Right.
You feel me? When we first met each other, it was like some, oh, what's up, bro? Like,
yeah.
Here, cutting hair, and you got on.
Yeah.
So you know my brothers, and then when I told you who I was, you was like, wait,
that's you the youngest. Like
I'm the youngest, but I'm the biggest.
Right.
You feel me? So,
well, cause I had seen the other interview, like the first one, and Kim had told me like, oh, that's Trey people. I'm like, who? It's like, that's his brother. I'm like, these niggas got a blood in the family. Like, so it threw me off. And
everybody always said, how the hell they this, you that?
Right.
I'm gonna tell you this. It don't matter where I'm from. My family is my family.
Right.
I'm gonna put my family over everything. Period. And some of my homies.
Right.
I feel some type of way. If I feel like I gotta call you my family, it's personal.
Right.
So fuck where I come from. Fuck where I live at. Fuck
right.
who I know. Fuck all that. If I rock with you, I rock with you. You feel me? Like you said earlier, you an easy going young cat. Me too. I don't give a fuck where you from, bro. But that's the maturity that I had to reach.
Right, you had to grow
through trial and tribulation.
Yeah,
I had to reach that shit, and it was a long journey. Don't get me wrong.
I feel it
because I was even beefing with some people in my own family. I was beefing with people in the streets about it. I was beefing with my brothers.
Right,
they looking at me like, oh nigga, you.
Hey, no, but that's
different.
No, but that's something that nobody can fucking, ignore. You feel me? Like sometimes you just go through it. You feel me?
I mean, but my brothers is my brothers, dog.
Right.
Like, coming up, I remember my uncles told me, we don't want you to gangbang. But if you do, just don't be no crip. nothing against no crips.
He said, I got love for you, but don't.
my daddy was a crip.
Hey, that shit okay.
Right, my
okay.
And you see where my
it's
brother and them come from.
It's like bad luck or something, like a curse.
I don't say bad luck. I ain't nothing, man. I don't regret nothing about my life. I don't regret nothing about my family. My family is the reason I am who I am. You feel me? So my best friend, one of my best friends, is a crip, bro.
Man,
like it ain't no love lost between me and him. But when we around each other, just like my brothers, we don't talk about that gang shit.
Right.
For what?
Man, these niggas remind me every day.
Because at the end of the day, and like my Uncle James sat right there in that seat that you sitting in, we ain't getting no check for this shit.
Right. And the street that you banging, like,
ain't yours.
But
who's to say I can't die tomorrow? In the words of my cousin Lil Timmy.
Right.
I'm walking around with a chip on my shoulder for what? I ain't guaranteed tomorrow.
Straight up.
Like I'm saying, that was the maturity thing in me. You feel me?
Right.
So a lot of cats that's moving around right now, I'm gonna look at directly in the camera. I just want y'all to mature a little bit, man. And it can be your best friend, some of your closest homies that you would never know because you never gave this dude a chance, dog.
Right.
You feel me? Like I'm sitting here meeting you for the first time.
That's what's up.
Yeah, you feel me? And I guarantee we gonna have way more conversations.
Hell yeah, because you don't know, like, man, we probably, nigga, we was just talking about bitches and hit. We not gonna put no names in no bitches. You feel me? But we was talking about hoes in the past. You feel me?
You know the same people I know.
Exactly.
Basically. Like
from the same areas. You feel me?
Nigga,
like
you done been on my street.
Bro. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I pulled up on a holiday. I'm gonna tell you exactly. I pulled up on a holiday. That motherfucker was pitch black. And she was waiting outside. I saw only 2 niggas out there, and I was like, "Yeah, these niggas bloods." But they was slipping because they was out there. I had my headlights on. This was when my fucking car was new.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled up and I was banging music, and I was young. I was like 19 or something. This bitch, she said, "Oh yeah, pull up on Killing." All right. I didn't know what Killing was.
Everybody that know me know I'm on Killing.
Nigga, I seen 2 niggas. They didn't throw up Paru or no blood shit at first,
Ain't got to, but they know where you at.
No, look, as soon as I got past them, I seen them in my rear view. I'm like, that ain't how that work. Like,
they wasn't giving you a signal.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
They wasn't giving you the signal. It was
right.
He coming.
Yeah. So when they did that, and I seen that a couple times, that was the first time I seen it at night, and I'm like, I'm popping. At this time, I'm cracking so hard. Like I pulled up in a brand new whip. It ain't shit. I ain't gonna lie. But
it's, no, it's yours. It's brand new.
It's paid off and it's clean. Yeah. And I just and my nigga Cam can tell you, I just bought that brand new fur jacket. Yeah. Nigga, I wanted to
you coming through the hood? Fur jacket.
Nigga, when I mean fur, this nigga can tell you. Punch can fit it. Punch can fit it. Nigga, I'm dusty right now. Fuck y'all.
Nah, but you just got off work. Who cares?
Man, but no, like I pulled up. It's Christmas, and I dropped off a package for her. You feel me? First and last time, I was like, damn, this is a sucker move. But you know, I'm thinking, okay, she worth it. Ain't shit. Some Vans. You ain't shit but some Vans. You feel me? Right. So I did that, and then that's when they told me you came to the mob in fur. I was like, nigga, that's the mob. I thought it was the apartments. He's like, no, nigga, it's a whole. I was like, bitch, you tripping? Like, all I remember is like the GPS told me to go down Bullis and then turn on Killing, and I'm like, oh,
that's my street.
Right.
Because when you coming down Bullis, you either gonna make that right, and
man,
on Orchard
curved.
Yeah, but on Orchard, but. You gonna make that left and you gonna curve all the way around.
And I curved, and then when you said, "Did I hit that stop sign?" Yeah, and then I went past the stop sign and hit like the middle of that next street. I don't know what that street was because this was
you got to cross Bradfield and hit other side of Killing.
Right, so it was like when I did all this shit, this was before GPS was GPS, nigga. I had to actually MapQuest and print it.
So, but this is what I'm saying though. We done cross paths, not knowing that we know the same people and that we so cool. It's a lot of people out there that don't even want to get out a chance. Right.
And that's why when you ask me about my message is, my nigga, like, everybody is middle class. If you black, if you black or Hispanic, you more than likely middle class. I don't know if niggas know this. So it's like, you stealing from me, not you, but niggas out there, they got that mentality. You stealing from me, nigga, the shit you stealing is probably fake, more than likely. Now, if you a real nigga getting it like that, then I get it. But you still middle class. You stealing from me, my nigga, you're not gonna go far. If you go out there and steal and do all that shit, then you doing something. But you stealing from me, my nigga, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna either see you or know somebody you related to, or know somebody, because the circle is small.
Just like I just said,
exactly.
You never know who you talking to.
So you might as well just be friendly. You feel me?
See, my thing is, I walk around. Yes, I am pouring a cup.
Yeah, I'm looking like, God damn.
I'm pouring a cup. But more than likely, 10 times out of 10, you know more people that I know. Meaning, we can go somewhere, you're like, damn, you know him too? Damn, you know him too?
Possibly.
Like, you cut hair.
Possibly.
You know, my cousin owned a barbershop down the street.
Man.
You know some people that cut hair in there.
Right.
Like, we always around like certain people. But my message is, I see a black man walking down the street. All right, man, don't be so quick to turn your nose up to him. Say, what's up, man? How you doing?
Yeah, we got to stop doing that shit. Because, like, the first thing after this corona shit, the first thing I noticed was people being way more antisocial than when all this shit was regular. You feel me? Like at first, y'all niggas be like, what up, my nigga, where you from? Y'all niggas don't even want to do that. I walk in the motherfucking liquor store with this on. They be like, what's up, my friend?
Who would have thought you can walk into a fucking bank with a mask on and ask for some money?
Bro. No, hey, that's a real ass fucking question. Because, like, nigga, they be like, hello, sir, how are you doing today? Like, what? Like.
So, not to switch topics so drastically.
Yeah.
You cut hair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say you're an artist. Mm-hmm. 2 ways. You cut hair and you do music.
Mm-hmm.
What's your inspirations behind that?
All right.
Is there a certain, like, message that you want to put out, or something that you went through? You feel like this your outlet? Like, what's going on?
I'm gonna be 100, man. So originally, I started off airbrushing in Compton.
Oh, so you know how to draw?
Nigga, I've been drawing since I was 5 years old.
Oh, so you
like
a 3-time
at Webster.
artist.
At Webster.
You're a 3-time artist.
Yeah, like, nigga, I was drawing to the point it got me put on contract at Webster for starting fights, but not really being able to be vocal. I wasn't vocal like this until like way after high school. Nigga, I was getting into fights. I couldn't even explain to the people that was pulling us apart like what happened. So I was getting all the blame, but y'all not putting it in perspective. I'm a young little ass nigga, and I'm the shortest nigga getting into all these fights, getting bullied, but y'all telling me he's doing this. Like, nigga, I fucking lost.
Yeah.
I had to fucking practice on getting this shit right. So yeah. I'm whooping niggas' asses, and they're like, what happened? I don't know. So my only outlet was art. Anything I could do with my hands, I was good at. And to this day, like, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't picked up a pencil and drawn in like almost, I want to say like 10 years. But I guarantee you, bro, like, I can draw my ass off. I could draw portraits and all that. Yeah. My thing was, once I graduated, cause I graduated early. I went to the Downey and shit.
Oh, you're smart, motherfucker.
No, I was just young. They pushed the nigga up. I wasn't actually smart like that. From what they told me, they told me I was just like any other nigga. Dang. But once I found my niche was always art. That's what got me motivated to like push. You know what I'm saying? So I said, all right, I'm gonna go, and I finally had like an out to do clothes and customize shit, and that's what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. I never wanted to do music or fucking be a barber, but when they told me that niggas had to start paying money to go to these schools, nigga, I became a hustler. My niggas that I knew from like the same niggas we know, they all got different type of hustles. I'm not gonna even say nobody's shit, but I could get it.
They gotta get it how they live.
Yeah, but I could have got it.
Yeah,
and I did a little bit of that and whatever. But when I found out I had cousins that had a barbershop in Compton, I took my graduation money, got an airbrush kit, and I was hustling shirts out the barbershop because they had the if people that knew around 2004 or the early 2000s about downtown Compton area, you knew about the House of Braids and the locker room.
I used to go to the locker room.
Okay, Big Bruce, that's my brother-in-law.
Oh,
rest in peace.
See, look, now we talking about more people who we know.
Exactly. Okay, so how Nisha?
Yeah.
That's my god sister.
Yeah.
So I spent a lot of my time during that in the fruits and all that stuff. Her people's fuck with Mike and people like that.
Compton Minute, shout out to Compton Minute.
Right. You know, all those my god folks.
Yeah.
Been there. You know, they gave me a spot. Didn't ever charge me. And shout out to Big Bruce, R.I.P. Shout out to Nisha, Kente, all them. They gave me a spot. I made my money. From there, transition. When we had another mutual friend that started going to a barber college, and I had just lost my job, and I needed a hustle, and I started dabbling with rap, and I had homies that was rapping, and I just felt like I wanted to fucking. I was motivating myself because I'm like, damn, these niggas is starting to get whack.
Mm-hmm.
So I started fucking with it. I got kicked out the house at like 17. After I graduated, got kicked out, went back down to the South and started fucking with rap. When I came back home, I talked to my niggas that was rapping. They start scamming and getting like all these little Pro Tools programs for free. They gave them to me off of a GP, and I started doing raps.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's how it happened.
So who was like a motivational artist?
Jay-Z off top. Jay-Z and Biggie off top.
Not Tupac?
People always grill me for this, bro.
Not Tupac?
People
you
always
can't say Biggie without Tupac.
Bro,
you can't say Tupac without Biggie.
I've been a diehard Biggie fan since Ready to Die and the last album that he came out with, Life After Death. You feel me? Like, because those were the albums that I grew up off of on the East. Like my cousin, who I spent tons and tons of time with, like, he didn't buy that many albums, but he bought that. And the song that captured me was "You Nobody Till Somebody Kills You," and I listened to that shit word for word. And
I believe his music and also Tupac music speaks to this day, because why do I have to die for somebody to recognize who I am?
Exactly. See, I'm starting to appreciate more of Tupac's shit now than I did back then, because if I wasn't listening to them, I was damn sure listening to Snoop. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something. My family, being from they not from Death Row, but doing a Death Row thing. Mm-hmm. Nigga, I could not listen to Biggie in the house.
Damn. So it was real.
It was what? Real?
It was real.
Bro, like, nigga, this the West Coast. You ain't finna, nigga, what?
Man.
Nigga, listen. It was one time, I'm staying in Springdale.
Shout out to Springs. Shout out to Dales and Silverado Park.
Shout out to the 80s.
Man.
All y'all niggas. But anyway.
That part.
My uncle walk in the house. Is that Biggie?
Don't tell me you got your ass whooped.
Nigga, turn that shit off. What the fuck is you doing? I was like, yo, like, it's just music. Like, nigga, no, it ain't.
No, it ain't. It's a religion.
But I didn't know the culture
during that time.
At this time, because it was, bro, it was real. Like,
right.
Put it like this: my mama and my uncles and them was in Las Vegas
when that shit happened.
In the trail cars when that shit happened. I got a death row chain for Easter. I'm not talking about like, I have to go buy a death row chain. No.
you got it as
I
a
have
gift.
an authentic chain. That was one of my Easter gifts from Suge.
Oh yeah, you gotta hold on to that.
Like,
so quick question:
go ahead.
when you ain't no longer here, what you plan on doing with that chain? You plan on passing it as like a family heirloom? Because it's history. Because you know
that chain will never leave my family. Period.
Okay.
That my family legacy is bigger than some dollars.
Right.
You feel me? Like, rest in peace, my Uncle Buntry. It's nothing more valuable than my family, and I feel like I don't want to say that chain represents what my family went through, but that was a
pinnacle point.
Oh, when my family was
like this
close, like, and I wish we can get back like that, but it's a whole nother topic.
I feel it.
And bro, that shit represented so much because I used to wear that chain, and I remember people used to try to take it off my neck.
Damn, it's that thick,
bro.
I'm thinking it's like
this.
Yeah.
Like, no, it was like this, but you know the pendant is like that big, and people would be like, "Hey, come here, dog!" Like, cause
trying to get it.
Because at that time it was like a Puffy. I put a hit out on the chain.
Oh yeah, that 30 grand shit.
So
I heard
it was like.
So that was real,
bruh.
That makes sense,
bruh. When Cam told you who my family was, it's real.
Yeah,
like,
cause I heard shit before they put it on the interviews. I heard a whole lot, and then like by me fucking with so many people in that part of Compton, you hear shit. You know what I'm saying? So I heard it.
It was real. Like, okay, so for instance, I had a little cousin, rest in peace, my little cousin Nico. He represented where we come from. He lost his life.
Damn.
Yeah, he lost his life, and that shit hurt. So from the whole death row point, and then we started losing family to the shit that we represented, and death row played a big part of that shit. It was like, damn, dog, we losing family over
a chain.
Like over chains. Well, he didn't lose a life over a chain, but it's just like,
but just over some music shit.
Death Row was the mob,
right?
Ludus Park, the mob.
Yeah, that's when y'all was like this.
It was Ludus Park mob,
right?
But now it's y'all over here, we over here. So y'all still
and that shit crazy. Y'all niggas a park away. Like, all right,
not even a park, a street.
All right, put it like this, bro. When I heard about, all right, so I told you how I met Suge, right?
Right.
All right. My mama works for Inglewood. Well, she worked for Inglewood Park Cemetery. She's been around for several motherfucking celebrities' funerals, like M Bone. You feel me? Ray Charles. And she was actually she was over there by the Thames working a block, and this shit right here scared the fuck out of me, because the reason why I got kicked out is because I didn't have no other reason. Like when I was hustling, she felt like it wasn't enough, like I was bringing to the table. So she said, you know what, Saturdays come around, you gonna work the blocks with me. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Hold on, that's deep, bro.
Like she would go to people's houses and sell cemetery property. Like,
yeah, that's deep.
But she's not. She's all right. So my family ain't even from out here. Like, I'm a first generation in California. Like,
where you originally from?
My family is all from Arkansas, North Little Rock. I have no family out here like that.
It's a city in Arkansas with my last name, Rollins.
Damn. Nigga, that's the country.
Yeah.
That's the country. Now, look, but all right, so my family in Arkansas. Shout out to my folks, all my family, all the Robies, you feel me? All the Martins. Nah, like, she came out here, she don't know shit about the gang culture. I'm raised out here, barely at that time understanding the gang culture. When she fucking got this little side hustle to sell cemetery property, nigga, we going to every hood. I mean, every hood. The first hood that I ran into full in effect that even had the sheriff spooked was Anzac in Compton.
Yeah.
Them niggas was
yeah.
Nigga, all I'm doing is just I stamp the flyers Now I knock on people's doors. If they not there, I just put them there. The day she came home, she told me, "You ain't gonna believe what the fuck happened. They just blocked off Rosecrans. This nigga Shook done ran somebody over." I'm like, "In what?" "The Raptor." "Raptor? How the fuck you know about that big ass red truck? Everybody know that's a Raptor." "That's the same truck I seen the nigga in."
Yeah.
She was there the day he smacked.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Wait, but that nigga ain't even allowed over there. How the fuck he even get there?" You know what I'm saying?
Well, I ain't gonna say he ain't allowed over there.
From what you know more about it than I do.
Over there, but there was definitely some people that tried to get that shook.
I feel it, and that's what I'm saying. You know more about it than me, because at that time, from what I had heard, it was like they done had enough.
I feel like when my uncle passed, and we had another big homie who passed away, Henron.
That name sound familiar. He didn't happen to rap.
I don't know if he rapped, but Henron was a gangster.
But I know that name. That's what I'm saying.
I remember a specific person in my family trying to get at Suge, like, nigga. You feel me? It was, he had promised the family. I'm spilling a lot, but whatever. But he had promised the family something and never came through. You feel me?
Right.
And my cousin ended up having to do what he had to do,
right,
just to sustain himself.
Right.
And it's just like you said it earlier, like that Death Row shit was like a gift and a curse.
Right.
Because I seen so much shit progress, but then I seen so much,
like, you seen the shit firsthand.
Like, I wasn't understanding it as at a young age, but now as I'm getting older, it's like, damn.
Right. I mean, but you gotta have age. You gotta kind of like, it has to coincide. Like, you gotta have age to kind of like balance it out, to handle that.
This is my first lesson of loyalty right here, and it's gonna get personal. My uncle lost his life over a so-called homie, and that so-called homie did that. So me growing up, and now I notice, I know what's going on. I'm in the streets. I'm seeing it. I'm hearing it. And I'm feeling it. I'm missing my uncle every fucking day, dog. Like, it's not one day where I be like, oh man, I don't think about him.
No, but I feel it.
My uncle was Superman. My other two uncles are still Superman.
Right.
But still, like, I be like, damn, man, like, this nigga show love to this nigga. But then, you know what another OG told me? The more you show a nigga, the more dangerous he become. Because
you become vulnerable to him.
He know your moves.
Right.
He know where you live at. He know who your baby mama is. He know,
and that's
when you getting his check, when you not getting his check.
That's what like changed me. Because these niggas will tell you the way that I am now. I'm not gonna say bubbly. I feel like that's a simp word.
No,
but
it ain't.
Like,
no, that's not. It's not.
Like,
see, look,
I'm a people person. You feel me?
But as black men, we gotta stop saying, "Oh man, that shit made me feel weak or sound weak." Nigga, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel.
No, I'm just,
ain't nobody gonna test it.
I feel it. I just feel like I was more of that people person than everybody. The thing that changed me is, all right, so you saying like your uncle was like, that's the nigga that you looked up to, like you had that type of love.
My uncle had a lot of niggas looking up to him. To this day, like it's people that never met him, and I used to get mad when I used to hear people say this, nigga on Bunch Real. It's like, you never even met him, bro.
That's how it was when I told you about my little brother.
Yeah.
Cause I was the only child for a while. My dad had like a few kids, but I was the oldest. But I had one baby brother for a long time that like we grew up together, and that nigga was in the system for shit. And when that nigga like went through the system, I became somewhat of his protector whenever I could. When I became that nigga, I made sure if I could get there, and I could be
You
mobile,
gotta get him.
yes. Especially because his mama was on shit, and she left it up to me when she actually had him. Oh, come see your brother.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, and not to make it sound like it might sound bad, but like, I got kids. I can't even I could barely get in contact with them at some certain times because of issues with baby mamas and shit.
And that
but
shit
that
ain't
nigga,
right.
but that nigga, I make the effort. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, women, that shit ain't cool either.
Right.
So I got a little cousin who was in the system, and I want to talk to him so bad,
Bro.
but he's so far in the shit that we did when we was young.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, goddamn,
Like he in the shit, or he in the system?
no, like he was in the system at first.
Oh, but he out.
We got him out the system.
Oh, but he in the shit.
He in the shit.
Mm.
So I'll be like, bro, he be like, nigga, you can't talk to me about this shit because you did it.
Nah, but all right.
But I be want to tell him like, well, look where I'm going now.
I'm gonna tell you, bro. I'm gonna tell you, cause this is the part of the story that people don't know. Like, cause a lot of niggas be like, they'll look at me, be like, oh, this nigga got a teardrop. Who'd you kill? A lot of niggas don't understand. Like, nigga, there's millions of reasons for having teardrops. So I'm gonna explain this shit to niggas. This shit could also mean you lost somebody you love that's close to you. A lot of niggas don't know that.
And you forever gonna feel that.
Right. And I told myself, if I ever lost somebody that I really cared about in my family, my blood family, I'm putting another one. You feel me? But this one goes for my brother, because how I told you my pops was in the dope game. I'm an 80s baby. What the fuck in the 80s was popping?
Correct.
Exactly. I'm from the crack era. I'm gonna tell a lot of these motherfuckers that think that selling crack and drugs and shit like that didn't affect us. That shit affected me, bro. I got one brother that's Down syndrome. My other brother, they happen to be the same age. That nigga suffered from AIDS. He lived his whole life in the system, going back and forth. My dad, being a respectable person, he was slanging it. A couple of the bitches he was fucking with, they happen to be on that shit. I have a daughter. I mean, not a daughter, but I have a sister. Her mom's a dope head. She's functional. I have a somewhat of a relationship with her. She's cool. My sister, perfect. Brother on Down syndrome and another one on AIDS. Her mom, one of the big homies, happens to have HIV. Carries it. It didn't even hit my dad. It hit my brother. I lost my mind for a little bit because of that.
You can't lose your mind over that shit.
I tried not to, but I did disconnect. I severed ties with her because she did some
You
foul shit.
always self-meditate. I got a little sister, dog.
But wait, before you go into that, the reason I wanted to say all that is because I wanted to tell you, before all this stuff happened, you know how you saying, you know, yo folks is in there and he's going through the shit.
Yeah.
My brother had a spell. He went through suicide watch. You know, he went through depression. I had been through it before, and I told him straight up, like, I'm not gonna fucking press you, cause your mom's like, ever since you turned 18, she was like, oh, he's 18, take this nigga to Skid Row, or not Skid Row, Figueroa, and bust his cherry. Like, I'm not doing that dumb shit. I'm gonna do everything the right way. We go to a strip club, we gonna have drinks and whoop de whoop whoop, but I'm gonna make sure that my nigga's safe, whoop de whoop. When we got to that point,
You trying to break that cycle.
I told him straight up, man, I'm just here to listen. That's the only thing that I felt like would work. You know what ended up happening, bro? This nigga runs into a family member that's really 5150. Like, really. Like, the nigga suffers from schizophrenia, and he's in our family, and he from the east side too. This nigga, like, really was on that shit. He was like, bro, is he really our fucking cousin? I said, bro, that's your first blood cousin. That nigga's really crazy. He really suffers. How'd you run into him? Because when you go to if you ever go to Harbor, there's a lower level. It's all open dorms for crazies. That means that you can actually walk in and out, but you can't actually leave. You have to wait for somebody like me to confirm that I'm related to you to come and scoop you. But that takes like 24 to 48 hours, depending on how they feel.
I thought that was a 72-hour hold, 3 days.
It depends. It depends on how severe the case is, and they got to check your history. See, with him, he's never had a history, and they looked at it and seen he's been in the foster care. So, and then he's HIV prone, meaning like he's a carrier.
Yeah.
And he was getting assistance for all of that shit. So,
all of that shit is
so they
mentally messing with him, dog.
Right.
But okay, so I did a show before called Break the Cycle.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like us as black men, we have to break the cycle, meaning be positive.
Mm-hmm.
You see a person in the street, dog, a smile will go a long way. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? You don't know if this motherfucker finna go jump off a bridge, but you just made his day by saying,
by talking to him.
What's up, big dog? How you doing, man?
Right.
Like, damn, that motherfucker took the chance to even say,
like, somebody cares about me.
Yeah, like, damn. Like, now you feel me? So at the same time, like I said, I got a little sister, dog. I'm Jawan. Her name is Joanna.
Okay. Hey, ain't nobody judging.
So, she wasn't supposed to be alive 10 minutes after she was born.
Mm-hmm.
She was born, I think it was like 4 or 5 months early.
A preemie. Mm-hmm.
No skin, no eyelids, no hair, no.
That shit creeped me out. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I mean, but me as a kid, I didn't know nothing about that kind of shit. So that's my little sister right here, and she had 4 or 5 brain operations before she was 10 years old.
For that,
she has spinal meningitis. She has a club hand and a club foot.
Oh,
so
shit.
What keeps me going is her. She never complained about nothing. So why should I complain about anything?
Right.
See what I'm saying? So when I say us, like we gotta reach one and teach one. Everybody's going through an experience,
right.
But don't let that experience tear you down, dog.
Right.
Because it's people out there watching you. If it's a little cousin, a little brother, little sister, your mama, your daddy, right. You're never too young or too old to learn from somebody.
Man, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. All right, so after I had that talk with him, he told me, bro, Miles was being over dramatic. Like I went through depression. I said, all right. He was like, I was never gonna kill myself. You feel me? After being here and seeing how these niggas work, hearing a bitch scream 24 hours nonstop. Like, he was like, bro, I'm ready to get the fuck out of here.
I feel like you need another drink. That's why.
Like, no, like, so. See, I'm pouring.
Yeah, pour.
Nah, so, like, my nigga told me.
Pour the rest in that cup. Y'all see this? This is what we do on the email podcast.
Nah, so my nigga was like, I'm ready to get the fuck out of here. I was like, let me ask you something. If you want to live, what would you live for? My nigga told me he wanted to be a professional wrestler, bro. And this broke my heart.
Damn, but if you wanted to live, what would you live for? Ain't nobody. Damn, that's deep.
I asked him, bro.
Ain't nobody. No, listen, bro. It feel like you just asked me that.
Well, think about it. The next time you do,
live for?
What you want to live for?
I got kids now.
Okay.
I live with my kids.
You got to go deep. Like, write this shit down. Trust me. I asked him, not even thinking about the question. That was the first thing because, bro, you want to know why? Like, all right, so him and my dad never had a relationship because of the whole jumping from home to home. Mm-hmm. I was the glue trying to get them together the whole time because ever since I can remember, my dad was trying to clean up and get him while his mom was trying to clean up to get him. You feel me? Get him out the system.
Is your dad still around?
My dad is he's still around, but he's sick. He's sick. During the time that my dad was sick, that nigga got sick and he passed away. He passed away in 2017.
Sorry to hear that, dog.
Yeah, but while he was here, I was working on trying to get their relationship bubbling because me and my brother was like this from the day he was born to, you know what I'm saying? So what happened was we had, you know, my dad got clean, got his shit together, you feel me? And I love my dad. I respect the fuck out of him, but his relationship dwindled with them. And when he was trying to get him, you know, his mom's was on that shit, and she was getting into his head, telling him like, oh, your dad don't want you, he just wants you for the SSI and shit like that. Your family don't really love you, you don't even know him like that. So he never ever got a chance to meet my dad's side of the family. Long story short, like when we happened to go to court to try and get him, they based it up to him because he was of age. Who do you want to be with? He said he'll stick with his mom. So he never got that relationship. And when it was getting cool and he got older, my dad finally was like, well, leave it up to him. They never talked. And then once my dad started getting sick, their relationship started getting a little good.
He want to talk.
But then he got sick, and he didn't tell me he was getting sick.
Right.
But I asked him that question because I really wanted to know at that time, what do you want to do? What would you live for? If you got the chance to get out of here, because I can't get you until they tell me it's okay now.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, I want to be a professional wrestler. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, we was kids, bro. Like, I'm 16, I'm whooping your ass, and you're like fucking 8, 10 years old or something like that.
But he was serious.
That nigga was dead serious. So, you know what I did? I said, look, man, I'm going to save some money, and we going to go and get you your shit. We going to get you training. And if you really serious, nigga, I'm going to put money into you. I never lied about it. This nigga found a website that's like a directory for all that. This nigga ends up going and joining like this place called the Bullet Club. It's for niggas that know WWF and all that wrestling. That's a real place. I thought it was fake. Nigga, they're sponsored by Tekken, the video game.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I got that shit tatted on me. Like this shit right here.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, you know how many freaking real wrestlers came out of that? It's a real training facility. This nigga qualified. He got in. He was in there for about a month. Got sick and passed. He accomplished his dream. So, when backtracking, when you ask me what gets me going on this music shit now, it's because my brother, before he passed, that nigga did what he set out to do before he died. I'm still doing my shit, but that nigga was like my angel because that nigga did what he did to the point where, nigga, I broke down because my brother passed and the wrestling community came through and said rest in peace on a page that had no fucking followers. That nigga had more famous wrestlers say rest in peace to my brother than regular people. Just, I'm like, yo, like, are you fucking kidding me?
So your brother,
like, that nigga touched a lot of people.
His shit.
He lived his life.
So, but that's the message that I want to tell everybody right now, man. Don't be a waste of air because you caught up in this stupid ass street shit, dog.
Right. Because real niggas lose they shit. You feel me? And if you're not one of those, people, bro, like, the streets will catch you.
Listen, and everybody know I did football shit. I should have went pro. Put it like this, nigga, I had 644 rushing yards in 3 games.
Man.
But you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to come home. I'm going to be with the homies.
Gangbang.
Have water fights. Go to the clubs. Get at bitches.
Hey, man. Sometimes the bitches.
I was misled.
I know.
And at the same time, I can honestly say I lived through experience, and what people say when you know, remember when they used to be like, man, when you get to my age, you always gonna say, man, damn, if I would have just, and I used to be like, man, shut
the fuck up. Like, I ain't want to hear that. Like, you fucked up on your shit.
And I hear it, and I no, not just I hear it, I feel it now. That's why I want to reach a lot of people. I want to reach everybody. Like,
I wouldn't say everything that you did was in vain, though. Like, you can't say
it wasn't in vain, but at the same time,
you know where you could have went.
I know where I could have went. I don't regret nothing because God just didn't have it written in His book for me.
But nigga, you got this, and this right here gonna go forward.
I got a bigger platform.
Right.
Yes,
right.
It's just building, but I have a bigger platform. So, like my little cousins, that's in this shit. My little, my brothers that's in this shit. My family that's in this shit. Man, it's time to break the cycle, man. We not getting a paycheck from none of this shit. I'm mad at these niggas for what?
Right.
Y'all mad at me for what? I can't sit down and have a conversation with this dude because you from over here and I'm from over here. I'm not saying I'm a weenie or I'm turning nothing. I'm turning something down because
none of that.
I know for a fact somebody from the neighborhood gonna say something. Oh man, that nigga doo-doo, that nigga tripping. Whoa.
Right.
So what?
So what?
If you want to talk about it, talk to me about it. You want to knuckle up, we can do that too. But at the end of the day, you're not gonna change my opinion on it, bro.
Right.
Because it's a nigga that's over there that can potentially help me make money, and I can potentially help him make money. And it ain't nothing in this world bigger than life, bro. Because we ain't, like I said, man,
right.
We ain't guaranteed tomorrow. So walk around with a chip for what?
And see,
for what?
I'm glad you said that because, like, a lot of the people that I've been talking to from different sides ever since before this whole like Corona shit, cause I'm from Long Beach, I'm from the East Side.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the people, when I start telling them who my pops is and who the family I have is on both sides of the spectrum, I don't be saying that just because I'm proud of, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm telling them so that way y'all niggas don't potentially kill family.
Right.
Or possible y'all niggas got talent y'all don't even fucking know about. Look, and I'm trying to bring the Insanes and the 20s together, and I've talked to both. I've talked to DW Flames right after I did the video shoot that we might premiere, you feel me?
That's in the works.
All right, so I talked to that nigga, and I talked to shout out to my nigga Cat Capone, you feel me? I've talked to Lil Bam, you feel me? I tap in with niggas without having to fucking tap in.
But don't wait to go to prison to find your talent.
You feel me?
That's where a lot of us find our talent.
Real talk. And free fucking King Sag too.
So
man.
Yeah, free you, bro. For sure.
Period.
But I look at my grandma. I look at my auntie Mickey. I look at Chloe mama. I look at a lot of people, dog. These are all people who lost their kids.
Right.
To this dumb.
Right.
To this dumb shit. I'm a fuck it. It is what it is. It's dumb shit.
Man, I'm about to pop one of these.
Yeah,
man.
It's dumb shit. So, when I see them, these are strong black women, bro. Auntie Mickey, Grandma, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Like, y'all strong black women because y'all out here and y'all still trying to be sane in front of everybody. Y'all still trying to hold it down for everybody
and keep a real strong mind, and that's hard.
Losing a child ain't never. Listen, my mama told me you ain't gonna never know love until you have your own kid.
Right.
That's why I worry about you so much. So when I see my auntie Mickey, hey, what's up, nephew? And I be like, what's up, auntie? You know, I try to keep it cool with her, but I'm like, damn, deep down inside, I know
she hurting.
She's looking every day, and she like, damn, I miss my fucking son.
Bro, trust me, I know all about it. Like before all this game, like I said, I didn't know nothing about this shit till I got way older. My auntie, she actually lost 2 sons to gun violence. She, like, I had a shout out to Auntie Lorna, you feel me? She actually developed a talk show based on this shit for women, parents, whatever, who lost their kids, like in the early 90s to gun violence. It was called Drive-By Agony. Drive-By Agony, bro. She lost one son to a blood situation. She lost another to a Crip situation. All she has is daughters. And if you looking at the shit right now, bro, we going through a situation where they already highlighting how it's more black women to men and they fucking us off. So why spend all this time trying to gangbang on niggas? We need y'all niggas. We need the strong niggas, because right now that BLM shit, that shit played out, bro.
See, we
need more defense. You feel me? We need motherfuckers that's gonna fight back.
My thing is, to all the black men out there, all the black women out there, all the Hispanic men and women,
all that,
we need to chill.
Right.
And I forgot her name, but shout out to her. She hit my Instagram Cause you see in my last episode of the podcast, my boy locked up in prison. Shout out to Thump, by the way. And we just need an outlet. You don't have to go to jail. You don't have to be a rapper. You don't have to be a producer. You don't have to be an athlete. You don't have to be none of that to have an outlet.
Right. We
need to find outlets. Whatever fits you. I'm not knocking the rap game. I'm not knocking none of that. If you want to be an athlete, do that. If that suits you for an outlet, do that.
Right.
We have to break the cycle, dog. I cannot stress this enough. It's time for us to stop going to jail. Stop worrying about what other people think about us. Oh, the homie's gonna think I'm a bitch if I say this, or I'm gonna say it. No,
nigga, you your individual person. Fuck all that.
Fuck all that, dog. Break the cycle, my nigga. Be the first one to graduate. Be the second one to graduate. Motivate your brothers and your sisters. I'm not talking about biological brothers and sisters. I'm talking about us as melanin holders.
Hell yeah.
Elevate your people.
Cause the moment you do it, man, they gonna look at you like an example. Like, oh, this nigga doing something right.
Man,
period.
And don't be scared to do it, man. So this has been another great episode of the Emale Podcast.
Hell yeah, man.
I got my boy Keyz right here. Like, man, I said,
I enjoyed this, my nigga.
Really,
like for real,
sit down and talk, and like I said, we just met, but it felt like we known each other for 10 years.
Hell yeah. Hey man, when the strip club's open, I got you.
Hey, tell everybody where they can find you at, man, on social media and all that.
Yeah, man. Just Google my name. Like you can find
he that nigga. Just
Google my shit at Savage Keyz, SAVAGEKEYZ. Ain't no fucking S's around here. You feel me? Like, no, just Google my shit, man. Everything will pop up, from the YouTubes, the videos, all that. And we got video on the way for the actual podcast, The Innovative Cultures. That's the self-titled single with the homie Cam, cool ass Cam, by the way, and my nigga TB. You feel me? And
you on there too, though.
I'm on there.
You on there?
I'm on there, but
look, once again, y'all know me. I'm due 2 times. That's DOO.
I like that. I like that.
I'm doo. I'm that shitty nigga, and I'm the shit. I feel like I'm the shit,
man.
You can find me at Emale_podcast. And before we leave, I want to tell you, because I never got to explain to you what email mean.
Mm-hmm.
Elite motivated alphas leading every day.
I like that.
So
acronym.
We have to lead every day. So once again, you can find me on Instagram at DOO2XS. You talk to me, I talk back. I ain't never shy to talk to nobody. You got a negative comment, I'm going to reply to it. We going to figure out a way to sit down. I maybe get you on the show. You got a positive comment, please tap in and say it. I will put that heart symbol right next to it.
Please tap in. And that's the only way we move.
Oh damn, that's that Remy. Shout out to Innovative Culture. Shout out to the FNN Podcast. Shout out this motherfucker Keyz. Yeah, and we out.
Hell yeah.
These niggas ain't shit, no none. My bitch ain't shit, no none. Drop top and whip, it's got cushion my loan, she won't leave me alone. Cause she know that I'm on, ain't no love where I'm from. Niggas kill you for none. Running plays like it's none. I ain't flexing, I ain't stunned. They don't really want none. Got a 40 on me, I ain't bring this shit for none. We could really get the dumping. Oh, you real? Why you frontin'? I'm just coming through these hundreds, getting money like that. Life to the fullest, though we dodging bullets. If you wanna see me dead, we'll go and do it. Niggas shot me in my head, bet you feeling stupid. I ain't talking to the feds, I'ma leave them clueless. Voices in my head telling me to lose it. Clock with a drum and a dirty Uzi. If your bitch fuck with me, then your bitch choosing. I ain't taking no L's, I ain't never losing, no. I ain't taking no L's, no. Cause I do it like it's none, whoa. Yeah, I do it like it's none, whoa. Really do it like it's none.
You ain't got it like a nigga like me. Got $1 and a dream. Got the city on lockdown. Bitches love it, this ain't nothing when you high now, no. Cause I do it like it's nothing, getting money like it's nothing. Fucking bitches like it's nothing, no.
Cause it really ain't nothing, whoa. Cause it really ain't nothing.
I get a bitch in the thumb, I keep a pill on the tongue. I keep it buzzing like a bee, like she know when she was stung. Yo, it ain't safe where I'm from. Came from when niggas ask you where you from. It's lots of shit to be cautious about. Broke niggas see you coming up and then they try and target your house. I got some niggas trying to single me out and I'm used to it. Came harder every time I was down, they new to it. Can't be slipping, keep the tool on me like home improvement. In the hood, my pop said like Nike, just gotta do it. Gotta know the signs and stay prepared, cause if it's beef, I ain't a chef, but serve a nigga medium rare. It's history in the city, better take note. Free King Sad, greasy cup in Twilight though. Get familiar in the city before you slide through, or get your body left colder than an igloo. You ain't got it like a nigga like me. Got a dollar and a dream. Got the city on lockdown. Bitches love it, this ain't nothing when you high now, no.
Cause I do it like it's nothing, got money like it's nothing, fucking bitches like it's nothing, no, no. Cause it really ain't nothing, whoa, whoa. Cause it really ain't nothing, whoa.
Nigga, get the fuck off my porch. What the fuck y'all niggas?
I ain't even getting the fuck off my porch, nigga. Nigga, yeah, 200, yeah.